Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of tech news, gadget views, and answers that you can use. With my wife cleaning my home office simultaneously. Big news, everybody! Next week we're going to be giving away an iPad, or at least I'll be giving you more information on when we're giving away an iPad in conjunction with an existing sponsor, GoToMeeting, so stay tuned. If I didn't already say stay tuned. Of course, I assume you're already subscribed to this channel. And tomorrow, I'm going to be putting the Ubuntu OS on my Nexus 7. I've been looking forward to it, and Ubuntu released a 7-minute long video today. You should watch it because they're explaining exactly how they're going to be taking on the industry, not just from a tablet perspective, but a phone perspective and a traditional PC perspective. And I think it's going to be a good approach. Don't get me wrong, Android 4.2.2 has been running well on my Nexus 7. It's just that I'm curious to know, will Ubuntu make this piece of hardware shine or suck? Either way, they're going to be releasing directions for everybody tomorrow, so stay tuned. Oh, that was just a reminder for you to stay tuned. I just told them to stay tuned! Does nobody listen to me? Edward991 asked if I had any tips for raising money for a MacBook Pro. He's a 13-year-old boy, and he does a lot of filming and editing. He really wants a MacBook Pro. I would have killed for a MacBook Pro. Hell, I would have killed for anything when I was 13 years old. But in terms of how to raise money for it, well, you're going to have to work. You do odd jobs. Now, if you're expecting people are just going to donate money to you, well, what are you going to give them in return? Perhaps it's the ability to edit video for them if they know you're a good video editor. But I don't know anything about you or your skill set. Your best bet is to, well, figure out what you can give them in exchange for them giving you money. And even if it's not a direct exchange for services, you've got to do something. Have you thought about using Fiverr.com? It may take a while to build enough cash to buy a MacBook Pro or any PC worth buying, at least for video editing. So, just be patient. And he's not the only person who's asked the same question. So it just makes me wonder, are you guys understanding that people work, and when you work, you usually get something in return, so long as you understand the value proposition. You know that we've got a free LockerGnome app available for both Android and iOS, and don't worry, we're working on the bug fixes, so hopefully you have it installed. And now, today, I wanted to let you know you could also try it on your Kindle Fire, not the Kindle Fire HD, because apparently Amazon has certain constraints. So give it a shot, it's still free. Our top engager today is One Dope Bloke. Thanks again for downloading and installing the app and using the push notification system. I couldn't have done the application at all if it weren't for mobileroadie.com. Over on deals.lockergnome.com, we've got the iOS App Builder course on sale for 76% off. If you want to learn how to build your own iOS app, there's going to be no more affordable way. Of course, you could try it yourself, but wouldn't it be nice to have just a little bit of guidance from people who know what they're doing? If you or your company has a product or service you would like to offer at a discount to the rest of our community, just drop me a line, chris@pirillo.com. I'll see about getting you up onto the site. Google's set to open U.S. retail stores later this year. Do you want to go? I'm in. I'm always a fan of walking into a store that's filled with technology. It doesn't matter if I already have it or don't have it yet. I like going into the Apple store. I like going into the Microsoft store. I like going into any store where I get to see things in person to know whether or not I might actually want to own one of the things one of these days. In fact, I think this makes a whole lot of sense for Google to do. In fact, I would not be surprised if Amazon made a similar move at some point in the future, actually having some kind of physical presence somewhere. I mean, they're selling devices. They're doing well with Amazon.com, obviously. But, to interact with these brands in person, and certainly, their various products, it just takes it to a completely different level. It's one of the reasons why I know many of you guys like watching unboxings or hands-on or experiences, because even though you may not have an iPad, I obviously have an iPad and a Nexus 7, an iPhone, a MacBook Air, and a million other gadgets. So I can feel them and experience them in person, and you might watch because you can't. So having a Google store available to you would give you an idea of the products that you could buy from Google or any of Google's partners. HTC One announced 4.7-inch 1080p Android flagship with UltraPixel camera. I'm going to do my best to get a hold of one to unbox and give you my hands-on perspective in this very channel. So yes, I do appreciate you telling me the things that you would want me to look at. I think it's, just another Android phone, and I don't mean that in a negative sense, because there's a lot of another Android phones out there, and I think it's just, another option for you to possibly pick up. And here's the thing about Android. If you have a bad experience with an Android product, it doesn't mean that all Androids suck. And of course, having a good experience with an Android product doesn't mean that all Androids rule, because every Android product I've used has almost been, well, dramatically different. And speaking of smartphone information, do you realize that China is now poised to overtake US smartphone usage? Nvidia GeForce GTX Titan has arrived. The world's most powerful gaming GPU costs $999. For a video card? And you guys thought Macs were expensive? I'm not saying that it's not worth $1,000. It probably is. Just that, well, when you say that something's overpriced or costly, remember, it's relative. Some people have looked at my home office setup and wondered if it was like the bridge of the Starship Enterprise. And did you know there is a 24-hour loop of ambient noise that you can play on YouTube right now? The Star Trek TNG ambient engine noise idling for 24 hours. DJ Scooby-Doo asks, do you use the recommendation that Google Play provides? You know, like the apps that if you like this app, you might like the other app. I never do. I mean, I don't do that for any platform, honestly. I kind of know what I want. And generally speaking, I take more recommendations from people like you than I do from engines like those. Jur Curl asks, are you excited about the upcoming PS4 announcement? I don't think I am. I have a PS3 and I'm happy with it. It's my only Blu-ray player. Yeah, the only one I have in the house. I'm more of an Xbox 360 guy at this point. I mean, I just like the way Microsoft ties everything together, or at least is trying to do that. You can get a new system, but if it doesn't integrate with the other products you have in your life, what's the point at this point? I got a question for you. Has anybody installed the free LockerGnome Google Chrome extension that we put onto the Google Chrome store the other week? I don't think anybody has. Do you want it? And we set it up so you can be more easily notified when we upload new videos to this channel. Our question of the day is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. If you want to save money on your next purchase, just email me, chris@Pirillo.com. I'll send you my latest list of coupons. This question was asked by Harold. Does your clout score still matter? I have a clout score. Right now, it's 84. And you know what that means? Nothing, because I don't think many people even know what clout is. It's an arbitrary metric that is allegedly there to help measure your influence in social media. The only problem is you don't really know what it's measuring or how it arrives at the number that you get. I mean, 84 is a good score, don't get me wrong. It's certainly better than 83, and my God, so much better than 82. I don't know how much better it is. Just that I don't know how many people really care about clout. It's never really gotten me anything. I mean, they have perks, but ultimately, it doesn't matter if you score an 84 or a 4. If you're active and interactive in a community like the one that we've set up for you here, well, then you're aces in my book. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have hundreds of thousands of views on every one of our YouTube videos. I'm very happy to have what I have now, and that's you. So thanks again for liking, commenting, and sharing the things that we're doing for you, including this video, with others if you're interested in what we covered today or really any day of the week. Thanks again for just participating. We'll see you later.